What's happening with that? Where are they gonna go?
Closed it.
Yeah, I know where they're gonna go.
School choice right now. So they can come here or there.
Okay, let's call the meeting to
Trust me.
order by that clock. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome to a meeting of the Stamford Selectboard. If you have a matter to discuss that is not included on the agenda, you may do so by addressing the chairperson and stating your name and address. You will notice that all our meetings are recorded, and this is to aid with the summarization of the minutes. Visitors are welcome, and we allow 5 minutes of comment per visitor and 15 minutes per topic. Discussions will be held in a calm and civilized manner and respectful of others. Select board members present are
Mike Denal.
Nancy Bashika.
John Dunn.
Jed Gremlin.
Kirk Damari.
Will there be any adding of items or removing items from tonight's agenda? I think Lori has correspondence. Will there be any adjustments to the agenda, such as changing the order of items? And Jeb is recording tonight's meeting for his YouTube video. First order of business is reorganization of board and appointments. Okay, Chairman of Select Board is the first.
Motion to nominate Nancy.
Second.
What do we do? Chairman, vice, and clerk.
Yes.
Any discussion?
No, you do a good job. Keep it up.
Well, okay.
Congratulations.
Okay,
Accept that.
yep. Vice Chairman,
Make a motion to nominate Mike Denal.
Second.
any discussion? Favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Clerk? Who's clerk last time? Kurt?
Yeah.
Same.
Same?
Motion.
Get to sign with that nice
Seconded.
pen.
Oh, good.
Okay.
I think I'm behind on the signatures.
Retract my motion.
While we're, okay. I want to go down through the other appointments, and we'll do the appointment of officers for the other boards. But these are kind of select board ones. Judicial Bureau, we need to remove Doug and add Jeb. Make a motion to add Jeb to the Judicial Bureau.
Motion.
Jeb, are you familiar with what that is? Okay.
I think we also need to remove Casey as just
Oh,
custodial and
Yep.
Jean.
yes. Doug, Casey, and add Jean. Yep. Jean and Casey are custodial.
Right, they're not appearing
Mm-hmm.
officials, just custodial.
Designation of meeting dates. I make a motion to keep it first and third like we have.
Yes.
Second.
Third.
We need to vote on this, or are we just discussing it?
Oh, yeah, we should vote on the Judicial Bureau. Add Jeb, remove Doug, add remove Casey and add Jean. That's my motion.
Second.
Yep.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Designation of meeting dates, first and third of the month. Motion,
Second.
6 o'clock still?
6 o'clock.
Aye.
Did we do second and
Yeah.
Second.
Aye. Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Designation of newspaper for publication. Do
We
the
use now the Berkshire Eagle.
Eagle.
Only because more people get the Eagle than they get the banner, I guess.
Yeah.
You can use that. That's fine.
Is there a way to designate? Because Paul Dupuy at the meeting said he would try to post things on the Facebook page. Is there any way we should put that in there as well, or just leave that out?
I think we should leave it out in case it doesn't get posted there for some reason.
All right.
But this would be the legal,
This is just so, that, you know, if there's a tax.
Like, yeah, well,
Tax bill.
we put it in there, yeah.
Yeah,
I think.
And
more
it could be
people
sent
read that.
it could be sent
More
to,
people read the Stanford Informed or whatever it
Yeah.
is, than they do go into Belmont's.
right,
Yeah, oh,
right.
yeah, probably.
Oh, yeah.
But Paul does, he takes our
Well, we post things out
stuff
front
and
here
he throws
too.
it on there anyway, so.
Yeah, he puts it on both sides.
Yeah,
Minutes are unavailable. Read them if you want.
right.
Yep.
Read them a week.
Designation of select board member to review bills. Anybody else around who can do that? I don't
You.
mind. I don't
You.
mind.
Nancy.
Nancy,
Okay.
second, Nancy,
All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Designation of highway liaison. Who was that before?
John.
I think I was.
John.
John?
Motion.
You want
John,
Yeah, it's fine.
a motion for John? Any
Sure.
second?
second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Designation of sheriff, state police liaison.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Nominate
easy.
Mike.
That's easy.
second on Mike.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Designation of school liaison. Kurt, you were it before.
That was it. It seemed like we didn't do it last time, but I guess I can do it.
Okay.
It's very few times we need to do anything anyway.
So
Yeah.
who's motioning and seconding for?
Motion.
I'll second.
Designation
Sounds
of
good for you.
ethics liaison, that was Doug.
I'll take that.
I thought that we, I'm not saying we don't have to have it, but I thought the state did away with that.
No,
Yeah.
they still have.
It's still there.
It's, yeah,
It's
not
just
manned.
don't expect anyone to pick up. the
So
phone.
no one at
Right.
the state's gonna do anything. We could talk about it.
Right.
right.
Okay.
But first things would come to Jeb and then he'd bring it to the
Okay.
board.
Second, if anybody did.
Motion,
We're picking Judd.
Yes. Jed. With a D. Designation of DVFIBER representative, it was Bill and Bob. I think I'd like to do the same too.
I mean, I don't even know why we need
do
that.
they wanna do
I was
it?
gonna say, what is
That's
Do
that?
we
a
need,
done
do we
deal.
need that anymore?
Everybody is leaving DV5.
We actually
want to.
got money back, didn't we?
Yes. There's nobody hooked up.
Yeah.
Everybody's switching over to that Fidium anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. is it
Well, the
even necessary?
DVFIBER was,
Financial aid if people need it.
Right,
Yeah.
and we got that money back, right?
well,
I think it's a done deal, but if you
we're
wanna
still a
ask them.
member of the DVFIBER group though.
Okay.
So I think we need a representative.
Okay. So we wanna
Yeah,
ask
Bill
them.
and Bob.
Bill and Bob, I think Bill still is interested.
Sounds like Dr. Seuss.
Bill and
Have it
Bob.
till he doesn't want it anymore.
Who made the motion and we all in favor?
Motion,
Second. And Ben, I wanna add Bennington County Solid Waste Alliance, we need one member from the board.
You did that last time, man.
I did,
Oh,
but if the meetings are all online, 1 hour, every 3 months, the town of Stamford needs a voting member. And you just listen to them.
you wanna continue to do it?
I'll do it for 1 more year,
Okay,
then I'm gone.
okay.
where are you going?
Florida.
Florida?
Florida.
It's too cold.
So we have motion for Nancy.
Second.
For 1 more year, she's under contract for 1 more year.
Okay. Now we can go to the appointed officers. Lori gave us the sheet and she highlighted everything in yellow.
No, they said Lori gave us a sheet. They didn't say put it in the box. And I had to go look.
Well,
Oh, you need a delivery
Is
person.
now
Yeah.
the time to?
Could you get me a coffee too?
Planning commission, or not yet?
not yet.
Okay.
Could you get me a coffee?
Yeah.
Well, is this concerning the appointments?
Well,
Thank
it
you.
could possibly, I believe
Yes.
you have a letter in hand for a resignation.
I did get that.
Yeah,
Russ.
we'll wait until we get to that.
Okay.
When we get to the planning board.
Well, that, do you want me to wait on that?
Yeah, just give a minute.
Yep.
Okay. Zoning administrator Deb Burchard's position is up, but I would like to wait and talk to Deb about this if it's possible. If, whatever the board thinks. I'd like to go into executive session with
Sure.
Deb and talk to her about it.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay.
Can you stay, Deb, later for executive session?
Absolutely.
Okay. Zoning Board of Adjustment, Teddy Dobrt's up, and Angela Trudeau is an alternate. How did we do this last year? Did we send them a letter and say they're appointed, and if they don't
If
want?
they don't want it, if they don't accept it, they'll get back to us.
Sometimes you've done it that way, and sometimes you've asked them first, do you want to be reappointed, and waited for a response. Or sometimes you've just appointed them and said, if you're not happy, let us know.
Like you said,
I don't care, which way.
But you told everybody this last year that they had to send in a letter if you want to be reappointed. If not, then it was an open seat.
So we sent them a letter, say if you wanna be reappointed, get in touch with us.
You did that last year
Mm-hmm.
at appointment time, but you've done it other ways.
Right.
Sometimes you just
We have
appointed.
appointed it, and then they
and then-
decide whether they don't want it or not.
Yep, so how do we?
If we're gonna send a letter, then every single person on here, we have to send a letter to. Gotta,
Right,
if we're gonna send one to, you know, Deb's the first on the list, and we're gonna send a letter to Deb, and then see if she wants to redo her appointment. In the meantime, I guess this is my concern is, this is up tonight, and then if, now that this is on the minute, someone goes, well, I'd like to have that too, and they send a letter in, and she says, well, yeah, I guess if nobody else wants it, and then someone sends a letter in,
Mhm.
and then we got another decision to make. It's up to you guys, but
But
But it's
so what
kinda
you're,
sloppy.
what are
It
you
is
saying,
kinda
what are you
sloppy.
saying, then leave them all
I like
blank?
the old time that we did it, where we just said,
You're appointed?
you're appointed tonight,
Mhm.
if you don't want it, then you get back to us, and then we advertise that position. Cause these positions been open, or people have known about this for 1 year.
Or it could go to the.
We've
alternate.
said this a billion times at our meetings, if anybody's interested, send us a letter. Now, we know we got a letter tonight, I understand that,
Mhm.
but the rest of these, you know, I mean, Teddy's been doing this for 100 years here, I mean, he's,
You know,
Yeah.
we could always go to the alternate too if he doesn't want it.
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
so how you wanna handle that? You wanna send Teddy a letter saying, hey, we appointed you
all
as
these guys, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the
ZBA
thing is
adjustment,
it just prolongs things if we
Yeah.
don't do that.
and,
I agree.
unless we hear otherwise,
You're
you're
appointed.
selected for a 3-year term.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you start hearing, hey, this guy, I mean, most people are respectful enough to say, hey, look, I don't wanna do it anymore, here's my letter of resignation.
Yeah.
I mean, it could keep things clean too, because people are used to the old school
Yeah.
way of doing it, and then if they don't, you know, they don't come down and say, you know, I wanted the position and you gave me something else.
Yeah.
Right,
Well, here, I'd like to say,
Confusion last year too with that.
yeah,
They just assumed they were appointed, and because they didn't
Yeah.
respond, they really weren't.
So I say
Yeah, there was
just,
some
And-
controversy last year.
I say
Yeah.
just appoint them, if they don't want it, they can let us know.
I've,
Yeah.
I've been
But I
thinking
think
about
going
this
forward-
too.
We should probably make it so like, I mean, everybody knows when your terms are up. So you should
send
put
them
your
a
letter
letter
in.
weeks before,
Right.
month
If
before.
you don't, then you don't, then it's not your seat
If
anymore.
we don't hear it, then it's an open seat.
Right.
That makes sense
Mm.
too, yeah. Instead of
Some
waiting for
responsibility
tonight,
somewhere.
Yeah,
Right, okay.
Remind me.
But I wanna just say something, before we appoint any members to the various boards, I'd like to caution that these appointments should not be used for personal agenda, but for the good and future of the town. Because we do know that there has been in the past, people get on these boards for their own personal agenda. And I'd like people to show up at the meetings, not only our meetings, but your meetings, prepared, read their information, because it delays the meeting. And try to get enough members there, so if somebody in the public, or you're meeting someone like Callie, you can listen to her. Also, I want to stress to all board members, we need to be aware of the open meeting law and the conflict of interest policy, because any of these violations will cause great monetary damage and distrust of the town. It's very, very serious, that open meeting law, so you gotta watch out and make sure members of the board, I don't know if we can instruct Lori to send a letter to all chairmen of the board that warn your boards that you've gotta be aware of this.
Agreed.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. So what are we doing?
No,
with
that
Teddy?
was good, that
That's
was a
good
good
to hear.
statement.
Yeah,
This
it's
is a
the first
worthwhile-
time I ever heard it,
That's a worthwhile
Here.
statement.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Cause I brought it forward many times.
Yeah. So what are we doing
So-
with Teddy and Angie? Are
Yeah,
we sending them a
so,
letter?
so
then?
as we go down the list, are we gonna just appoint everybody like that? Or are these seats considered open until we hear otherwise?
I think we should send the letter. That's what you were suggesting.
I think we should
I like
appoint
sending-
everybody tonight
Yeah.
that's on this list.
Yep.
There's no one being contested on this list, okay? We have a letter that is, let's,
Go down
if
the
you
list.
guys don't mind, we can bring up the letter. If not, we'll wait. It's up to you.
Well, let's go down, right down through, and
Okay.
when we get there.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
So Teddy Dover, Angela Trudeau, we're gonna appoint them
Yes, motion.
Yes, second.
and send the letter. Bob Briggs, Emergency Management Director, send yes, appoint him.
Yep,
Yes.
Do we need motion for all these seconds?
Can we do one motion at the end?
Sure.
Be easier on Laurie.
Okay,
Emergency Management Coordinators, we have Sheila Stewart Johnson and Stephanie Shelburne. All for 1 year. Dog Officer Luke McKay. Energy Coordinator, I don't even, that's vacant. I don't even know if that's a, position anymore. It was during the energy crisis, is it still?
It's still on the books,
Still on the
but
books. Okay. Septic Officer, Maura Hawkins. She deals with, she could be an intermediary between us and the state too, if she has to. But a question, is Maura still living here? Yes, she's on the voting checklist. Planning Commission, okay. We have a resignation on the Planning Commission. Lori received we all received a letter, and Lori received a letter from Peter Greenbush
yes, I've seen it. Read it.
stating his family commitments, I believe that's what he said.
Resigning nonetheless.
who's the,
And
do
he,
you guys have a co-chair?
and he nominated Aaron,
Vice chair?
But,
Vice chair, okay.
And Dave Tatro is the alternate for the Planning Commission.
Actually,
So,
I just, sorry about today, but, Nick Nyack, when he was in to speak with the planning commission last week, said that planning commissions cannot have
The guy from the town, or Bennington?
Yes.
only if you have hearings.
would you,
He
you'd
just
be a
said
Jew,
no alternate.
that's just the ZBA, they can have alternates.
Was it that one? I remember looking
We didn't
into
know
it.
that either, that was something we just
Okay.
learned.
Well, Dave, I guess you're out of
Sorry,
the
Dave.
Well-
No.
Well, no, we've got two open seats, Dave. Dave, we've got two open seats, so if
Well,
you,
if anybody's not interested within, 2 of your meetings, let me know and I'll be happy to
We'll come up with something else for you. Bill.
come. Yeah.
but there's no alternate. So,
So- Can I ask a question to the vice chairman? I read Peter's
Yeah.
letter. He had a recommendation. You also stand by that recommendation?
Absolutely.
Okay, so if you would like to, it's up to Nancy, but if you would like to present that recommendation for chair, so you guys vote on your chair?
they have to
Is
vote
this,
on it.
would this be unanimous to your, this would not be for the chair, it would be for that empty
I
seat?
can't answer that question.
They
Okay.
vote.
For their
They
empty
vote.
seat.
So it won't be for chair, it will just be for
It
that
doesn't
empty
have to
seat.
be. I think
They
But
can
Lisa
vote
and Deb
as a
both
Lisa
want to
wants to
address
talk.
something
All
here.
right, a little
Been
bit right
speaking
now.
with several members of the planning commission, we would like to go down to 7.
I agree with you.
Yes.
That was what I was going to say.
It's easier to get a quorum.
Yes.
And that is what, Nick actually recommended,
Mm-hmm.
so.
And with all the work they're gonna be
So we
doing.
had a-
I only have 8 on here, did I count wrong?
Yeah, go to the
There's
other
8
page.
with Peter,
Oh, a different page?
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry, never mind.
there's more on another page.
Yep,
Make a motion to move the planning board down to 7 members.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hold on for just a second,
Okay.
discussion.
Yep.
The planning board members that are here
8.
tonight, what's the reason again that you wanna do that?
Well, the first thing is Nick Nyack says that it's ideal for getting the work we have ahead of us done, which is considerable.
Okay.
It's the most manageable number.
Okay, all right. And have you guys had problems in the past of having?
But recently, throughout the beginning of the winter, we were having some issues with, there was a couple of meetings we didn't have a quorum.
Okay.
You know,
That's what's
Well,
bad. Yeah.
somebody came in late and made it a quorum, I think.
You have to be calling.
Alright, so,
Yeah.
The last time we wrote the bylaws, we actually started a good majority of it with 5.
This
Right.
did go,
Yes, we
this did go from 7 to 9.
It went from
And then
Oh,
back,
5 to 9.
But
back
Okay,
and forth,
okay.
back.
alright, so we have
Mine's
7,
just too many.
Okay.
It gets chaotic.
but there's an 8-person list.
Well, no, there's 9. I didn't.
well, there's 9, and then with the 2
So Natalie.
Yeah, so,
vacant seats.
so Dave's off the list.
Yep.
And then you got Natalie and Sheila are the last, or Sheila's up for terms up.
Yep,
Dave is an alternate, so he's off.
and then
Kurt, you're still ex
So we-
officio.
Yeah, I don't.
Here's
even
the
know
problem
what
is
that
we
means.
have people that are on,
So somebody's gonna have to,
right, so
Wait,
you have other
you
people
have
that
news
wanna
well, no,
withdraw.
because
You
Pete
just don't
resigned
appoint the
already,
open
so
seat.
there's Pete,
No.
Sheila.
there's still one person
No,
now.
You just
what
don't-
we're
Resigned.
requesting,
And
let's
it's
just,
Sheila's-
You just
Yeah,
don't
So what,
appoint
you
the
just gonna
open seat.
tell Sheila you're out?
That's not right. I mean,
That's what I'm
it's-
getting at,
it's-
so there's just one person.
Yeah.
So Dave's out, and so you got Natalie's on the back side of the list here,
1, 2, 3.
and then Sheila's terms up, so
So we
somebody
have-
on the list has gotta go, if I'm not mistaken,
Jim
to
and,
make it a
and,
7-person board.
You just don't,
Aldi
you just
are
don't
the next
reappoint
Right,
the
we
open
just-
seat.
Yeah, so somebody's gotta tell Sheila, hey, your term's up, thanks for your
Exactly.
service, and we went to a 7-person board.
Yeah.
because everyone else is voted on and.
They're
or
in for 3
appointed
or
to
4
a
years,
different
so that's
time.
how you have to, someone's gotta tell Sheila.
and that's
Right,
typically
right.
the way
There's
things,
still
the way
8
it's
on
done.
there.
That's-
Am I reading right?
Well,
Yeah,
they gotta take
There's
Pete.
still 8 on
so
there.
you
Take
take
Pete
Pete
out.
off, Pete would be 9.
Pete's-
Pete
And
should
Aaron
not-
Malachuk, they said he would like to go on, but he
But
can't.
he
Yeah,
can't.
but
He
he's
can't
not,
go
he
on.
can't go on.
He doesn't get appointed.
So we got 1,
Somebody needs to write Sheila a letter saying you're going to a 7-person
4,
board.
5,
6.
6, 7.
Natalie will be 7.
2,
Dave's out,
3,
Kurt is
4,
just,
5,
and
I don't count.
and then Pete's out.
Then we can hold Aaron on the list for, you know,
Not
the next
mistaken.
next
I
time
might be
or
mistaken.
whatever.
No, I
So-
think, I still think that should happen, but.
So what's the,
So everybody's in until like 2029 other than Sheila. So you have
Oh,
to
2027,
eliminate
yeah.
Sheila's position.
we got a couple in 2027.
So next year,
What's that guy's name?
there's 2 more that are
Nick
coming
Zion.
up, Aldi and Jim.
It's actually pronounced
Zag,
You
ZZ.
know, you
So
have
we
no
all
idea how
agreed to go to a
spell it.
7-person board.
Z-I-A.
So
AC,
A-I-A.
Sheila is gonna have to
VIAC.
accept the unacceptable.
V-A-I-A-C.
And he recommends 7, right?
It's a common
Alright,
number
so
for
we
this,
still need to make a
5 or
motion
something.
for all these people that we
Well,
talked about.
We got
Or there's a
someone
motion
who
on the
said-
floor to go to 7.
A motion, do
There-
we, do
There
we
is,
vote?
there
We're
is,
gonna
and
go all
that,
the way
and
to
that,
the
I'm just
end.
doing discussion,
Discussion,
because I can,
yeah.
there will be, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, there's gonna be blowback with this.
Oh, yeah.
okay? So that's why I'm asking the questions now, so when the blowback comes, I have the answers to the questions, okay? It is
Right.
nothing against anyone,
So.
I know what's, I know why, and I wanna make sure that,
We
I
got
mean,
the
this
bylaws
guy
in
here
town.
recommends it.
So when you
Okay.
send
Okay.
Sheila their letter, just say, you know, we went to a 7-person board.
term was up.
Your term is up, so unfortunately,
We had
Your-
no
your
choice.
position
It's
got
the-
eliminated,
It's the only person we can
and,
let go.
but maybe be like, well, next year there's 2 open positions in
You should-
2027.
you should-
If you'd like to continue your,
Correct,
you know,
right,
Be
because
three
everyone else is
reapply
still
yourself
on.
next year.
That's right.
Me
And
and Aldi, me and Aldi gets thrown off next year.
There's 3 next
So
year,
maybe we're
Deb,
eliminating the
Alvin,
three
and Jim.
positions and just-
We would
yeah,
have
so
We
that's
have to.
gone. So we just took it right off the list.
So Peter Greenbush's position, he resigned, and that's terminated, so that,
Right.
there is no open position for that.
Right.
That makes sense, Dick?
Well, wait a minute, now,
No.
so now we've gotta
It's all
do something,
perfectly clear.
So they
That's
have
my
to,
problem.
so they'll have to
28.
reappoint a chair.
Which they have to
the
do
only
anyway.
one is Natalie in
Pete's
28.
is up at 28, and yours and Aldi's is up at 27.
Well,
We've got
let's
three.
move Sheila into. oh, we
She
can't
just
do that.
resigned the
You know,
position, so it
the-
doesn't.
The big
Yes.
thing is, yeah, this is, we're making it complicated, because
Yeah.
then we can just say Jim wants Pete's position and so
No,
on.
Pete left, and it's more up, it's an opportunity to go back
It's a
on the
seventh
seven
person.
man boards like it should be.
Yeah, it's the two that we need.
Yeah.
We wanna go to 7, we have 1 open seat and 1 resigns.
They're open meetings, you can come to every single meeting.
So-
Technically, I was just appointed last year, and.
Alright, I'm just reading this, it
For a
says
four-year
you're
term.
on
There was 3,
on 27.
yeah, but there was 3 of us, and I was the first one on the
Oh, you
list.
must
I
have
should
been filling in
uh,
someone else's
There are other vacant
4
positions.
years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, then when we did go up to the 9, we added what, 3 positions to that?
We must have.
And there
When
were
we went up-
vacancies and then somebody left and.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there might have been like a part of the 4-year term left. When
Right.
Anyone can come to the meetings and contribute in a positive
But I'll take
manner,
Pete's spot.
and they hold just as much weight
Yeah,
as a
we-
vote.
that's what I'm saying, we can
Slide me into the-
slide it in if we had to, that's fine, yeah.
I mean, for the
The
year.
bottom line is when Nancy read that little note you just, that statement you made, I wanna make sure, and this is the thing, there's politics involved,
Yep,
and I don't want that. I wanna make sure that we're doing what's best
So-
for the town, and we're getting the bylaws done the right way,
right.
to spend in the town plan that's costing money to do, correct? That we wanna do this the right way and make sure that we get the best minds, and no one's doing this for their personal gain, and do it right. That's my biggest concern, make sure that this board, these boards that we're appointing do their job.
This planning commission, in my opinion, is probably the best planning commission since I've been here. We're hard workers.
You're biased, you're on the plan.
No, I know that, but.
It's the best select board.
It was brought to my attention when Nick came, we talked about that, about the 7-man, and I'm thinking, how is this gonna work? But that was when Pete was still there and,
Yeah.
and so on, and then, Lisa was talking to me, and reminded me of that again, and thought maybe the best, easiest way without hurting feelings, and this would be the way, and started thinking about the last few months and few meetings that we've had, missing people. This is the best way. And
Okay.
I
it's
don't,
not personal, nothing personal, it's just the right way of doing it. We've got a ton of work ahead of us.
Mhm.
We all know what's ahead of us,
I
so.
don't know, we've got staggered terms on here and I'm not sure if we've got the right years and how we
What
should
year is
fix.
Jim off, just because it's not in the book?
Jim 27,
Yeah, it's not
should have
in
been a
the
7, yeah.
So-
Oh, another error we found.
As for the motion on the floor, I'm done with my discussions, so if you wanna take a vote, I'm okay.
From a 9-member to a 7-member board. I agree with that.
I do too.
Yeah.
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
Unreal.
so Peter resigned, so his position is,
And I would
Open.
like to accept Peter's resignation with regret and send him a letter of thank you.
Yep, second.
well, wait a minute. He resigned, there's a 20, oh,
I can't accept that.
I can't accept your resignation.
28. Okay, he resigned, but we still have a vacancy.
Well, I'm just
Well,
accepting his resignation.
Yes.
I'm not
Oh, I
saying-
agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then I would like to make, we don't have to make a motion. We have a 7 person.
You've got a motion to accept his resignation.
Yes.
Is
Yes.
there a second?
All in favor?
Yeah.
Is there a
Yes.
Second?
I'll second it.
Yeah. Now we have a 7-man board.
Well, once
Okay.
they get,
But we
get
have-
all this stuff written, we should consider going back down to 5. That's my opinion.
I love that
I
too.
understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
Nancy.
It just makes things
So when
easier. 5
Pete-
dedicated people that
When
show up.
Pete resigned, his position's still there, so
His
we have a
position's
2028 position
Right.
that's available.
Right.
Right. I would like
So
to
you
make
need
a
to
motion
eliminate
that we,
that position as well.
I would like to make a motion that we appoint Jim Stimson for Peter Greenbush's position for the 2028 position and terminate Jim Stimson's position, so we have a
For
7-man.
2027.
Promoted and fired.
I just got like
How's
promoted and like.
Yeah.
How's that?
Promoted.
Shot. How's that?
Promoted and
I like that.
demoted.
That sounds good. Makes sense to me. Second.
So now, Jim, you just got an extra year.
Got a
Jim
year
got to
extension.
28, or, yeah,
So that way it's smoother that way.
228.
Cause we can't get rid of your position.
7, 28.
And then what,
Yeah.
you're gonna
We can
eliminate
now.
the 2026 position?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
What
we
do we
just
have,
dropped
Larry?
it.
For
Yeah.
228
So 128,
Jim at 28. We've
Yep.
got
and
Deb
Natalie.
and Aldi at 27. Jim at 28 and Natalie at 28.
Yep.
yep,
Yeah, so there's no more.
Lisa, Stephanie,
26s.
Mary at 29.
Yep.
29.3, yes, I
Okay,
like that, it's,
that-
yeah.
That's a better stat.
Yep.
Sheila's gone.
And I would like to make
Jim,
a motion that now that we're down to a 7-person, that we will not reappoint Sheila's position. I would like to send a letter to Sheila, thanking her for her years of dedication.
I concur.
okay.
Alright.
7 members. Do we ever have a 3-member board? I don't
And even
remember.
mention, welcome
Second.
as a non-voting member.
Second.
I just.
Well.
Right. It's always good for the letter.
Okay, so Jim is here. Jim. Lisa's still on, Stephanie's
You don't
on,
have to send me a
Marta's
letter.
on.
You want a letter? We're not wasting a stamp on you.
Certified.
Eliminate
Yeah, well,
position,
you have to go to Reedsboro to get it.
eliminate position. And then we eliminated this one.
Did they close it? Close it?
We should bring it this way. In the post office here.
It's pretty bad when you gotta walk down Main Street to look for your mail. Especially FedEx or UPS.
7. Okay, we all set on planning, Deb, did we answer your question for planning commission?
Yes.
Okay. Lisa, we're good. Planning commission, 7 members, we're good on that. Conservation commission. The only term that's up is Sheila. I don't know how often they're meeting, but, send her a
doing-
letter and
Yep.
appoint her.
Are we back to doing them all at once, or?
Yep.
Yeah,
Is there any way to send her one letter with the 2 things?
yeah.
Congratulations.
Stuff it inside.
Save that money.
Yeah,
Save that money, Jeff.
save stamp envelope.
Congratulations, sorry.
Good to save
Yeah.
money.
I'm just gonna.
David Tatro, appoint, yes, for 1 year. Tree
Yes.
warden, oh,
Tree ward.
it's vacant.
One, I don't know, one for a year.
I say we vote them in for 7
Mhm.
more.
Bennington County Regional Commission, Deb and Lisa, you accept both of them?
I do.
Seven.
I don't know where this one here though.
Yep,
From BCRC, I had received an email from that same Nick saying they'd like us to appoint a 3rd representative to the Regional Transportation Advisory Committee for BCRC, which is an appointment we've never done before. We've always just had these 2 BCRC representatives, so I'm not quite sure what the Regional Transportation Advisory Committee is about.
do you know what it's about, Callie?
At a very high level, I don't handle that committee directly. Callie Fishburne, BCRC. It's basically a group that meets, I'm not sure, maybe quarterly or maybe even as needed to review and prioritize transportation projects throughout the county. I think they focus on a variety, like including biking and pedestrian projects. And I think they're involved at some point in like ranking, like reviewing all of the potential projects that could be completed in the county and prioritizing and ranking them in terms of their importance for funding. But that's probably the best that I know about that. So I would recommend reaching out to my colleague Nick Dias for more information about that.
I think we should, find out more information, then when we know, we can post it and say there's an open new position for this.
Isn't that the one Cooper was running?
He did give, if you guys want to read the paragraph, he does give a bit of an explanation.
Did you guys read the paragraph there?
I didn't see that.
You can tell me if I got it wrong.
To appoint your town's representative to the Regional Transportation Advisory Committee. This committee is your town's line of communication to the AOT and peer municipalities regarding transportation issues. While appointments can be changed any time, Stamford has been sporadic in appointments. Committee meets 6 to 12 times a year. They typically take place in the afternoon on weekdays. And they include current or former town staff officials, road crew persons, foremen, town administrator, managers, planning commission members, retired transportation professionals, and other townspeople interested in transportation matters.
Sporadic, it's new to us, we've never done
Never-
that.
Yeah,
never heard
it
of
goes
it,
on
never-
to say, once you figure out who it is, have them call me.
Yeah, exactly.
So we could advise for, yes, put it in the minutes if anybody wants to do it. I think Dave would be the good one, because he already talked to BCRC about.
On an afternoon, on a Wednesday?
Got all that free
Weekday.
time now. He's not on the alternate planning board anymore. So.
You did say you were gonna find another job.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's right. You lost one, you're getting another.
Maybe you'll find somebody that wants it.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe.
All right, we'll advertise for it.
Maybe they'll wanna be the tree warden, and what was the other one we got open here?
Okay, we have Green Up Day Coordinator, Myra Miller.
She talked to me today and said she was not gonna be able to do it this spring.
Okay, so we have a
No open spot.
vacant there. We can advertise for that. Hopefully somebody will step forward, because it seemed like a lot of
What
fun.
do we
and
got,
everything.
DVFIBER, twice?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we do.
Okay. Well, let's do it again then.
Okay. And Community Projects Committee, there is 3 vacancies now,
Is that a thing?
and my recommendation is to do away with that Community Projects Committee. There's no money in it. And
Phase it out.
phase it out.
So,
That a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
Second.
to Phase out the Community Project Committee. There was some money at the end of the year, but it's,
Went to
what
the
happened,
sign,
it didn't hit the books until January 1st, so there is no money in that. We had to pay a lot for the sign,
Yep.
the second sign,
The third sign.
third sign.
Don't start.
We should put numbers on.
Yeah.
Jed, keep me in line on that.
I'm trying.
Please.
The date of death and birth.
Yeah.
Be head
So that's
stones rather
phased
than
out.
signs.
Okay. So can I have a motion for these appointments and send letters to them? Ones we discussed, saying that, you have been appointed.
Motion.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now, appointed by the state with recommendation, it's Health Officer Luke McKay. His term is up March 31st.
Recommend, motion to recommend Lou.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Probably don't have the paperwork yet, but it's
Yeah, I don't have
coming yet. Did we cover them all? Okay. Hearing of visitors. Callie, you're up. Callie Fishburne.
Would you like me to come up?
Sure.
Okay.
You can have a seat up here or
Or
go
stay where you
stand or wherever you're comfortable.
Hi,
Hi.
Holly Fishburne, BCRC. So I'm just here tonight to talk about the contract between the town and BCRC for the town plan update. So the town received a municipal planning grant to cover the cost of updating the town plan, and I've already coordinated with Nancy and Lori on signing the state agreement and getting into that very convoluted online grants management
It was,
system. It's awful, but
It was awful.
unfortunately we have to use it for state grants. So that is the agreement that you executed with the state. But since we'll be your consultant working on the town plan, we have an agreement that we draft up between the town and BCRC, which basically just says
you're doing what?
that we're doing it, and that with a not to exceed costs that corresponds to your grant award, and just has a kind of high-level scope of work that we pull directly from the grant application that was submitted and approved by the state. So I'm sorry I didn't make committee I wasn't sure if everyone needed a copy, or I have one extra copy if anyone does want to
Lisa,
look
you
at
have
it.
them? Who's the chair of your committee of these? You are?
I'm the clerk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's.
They have no chair.
That's right, they have no chair. So,
They're chairless.
So that, yeah, that's just like the first page or two is standard like contract language that we have. If you've had a contract with BCRC before, that probably somewhat familiar to you. It's just very standard language. And then there is a attachment that is the scope of work, again pulled directly from the grant agreement, outlines a rough timeline for the work and the budget.
this is for the plan.
Yes, for the town plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the state sends you the money or sends it here to Lori and then we pay you, or does it go to you first?
It goes to you. So the grant was awarded to the town of Stamford. And unfortunately, you're going to have to use that very non-user-friendly system to make payment requests. So I brought with me, and I'm happy to leave a copy of the grant administration guide for this program that the state has published. Maybe Laura, you might like to have this. And it basically just goes over the process for requesting payments, and I believe it is. I'm trying to find. So you can make 3 requisitions for the grant. The first one can be 40% advance payment once the grant agreement with the state has been executed, which you've already done. So you could request that 40% at basically now at any time.
You don't have to show up invoices or anything.
No, this is an advance payment.
Okay.
So of the 3 requisitions, 2 are advance that you can get in advance, and then the final payment is a reimbursement. So you can submit for a 40% advance payment again right after you execute the grant agreement, which you've done, and then after that you can submit a request for 30% of your grant award after a progress report that's due at the end of or at the beginning of December this year. So that'll be at the end of the year, and then at the end when the project is complete, meaning when the town plan has been updated, you can submit a final request for the remaining 30%, which would be a reimbursement.
Okay.
So you're going to get recommendations and information from the board. Then you're going to draw up the actual plan.
Right,
Then the board looks at it, puts a red pen to it, and goes from there.
And part of the scope of work also details a public engagement campaign as well. And the scope of work that you have in front of you is somewhat high level, because I think actually I'll be going to the planning commission meeting on Monday evening to really kick off this work and get into the details with the planning commission and get their input on like more specific details for a number of these items. Like we have a townwide survey in there, we have a community meeting in there, possibly a walking tour. That's been something that's been popular in a number of other towns, is getting people together to walk around a certain area of the town and like point out some of the like special, areas, or point out, certain, features. But then working with the planning commission to actually like come up with some specifics for that information and let them kind of.
We did actually have a historical tour pamphlet that was put
Oh,
together
yeah.
back in the
Oh,
early
really?
'90s. Yeah, it was just a walking tour of the older houses.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Still kicking around. I have one somewhere.
Yeah, so something like that. Like we've had a lot of
There's a
success
projected,
doing this in other
It
communities.
was like
Buzzes
little
on
wooden
there.
plaques made up at the time too.
Is that
said,
etched in stone or is this like
Yeah.
projected for hours?
Yeah, that's
20
that's
grand.
really, yeah. We should definitely talk about that at the commission meeting one day.
You bring that in, I can copy it.
I can bring the whole book.
But is that like a definite, there's a definite what it's gonna
Yeah.
cost?
I think it was
28,000 is
1991.
a definite
Or is
cost.
it like a projected,
I mean-
rough estimate?
That's the budget, and that's the not to exceed
Not to
cost.
exceed.
Yeah,
Oftentimes when we're working on these projects with towns, we end up devoting more staff hours to it than what is usually the budget, but we don't charge more than what we put in that agreement. And that's based on your total, grant amount, which does require, a 10%, local match, which I think, was brought to the board's
The planning commission put it in their budget
Right.
this year for the 2,800 and I think a little bit more you suggested at the end, just in case. I didn't want to tell you.
I was
that.
gonna say, don't,
I'm telling you.
So,
we don't have any money.
And the payment schedule that's in the contract there, for paying DCRC is aligned with the, requisition schedule in this grant
Mhm.
here, so we wouldn't be, asking you to pay us until you had received the
Taking it out of
money.
the
motion to sign?
Sure.
Yeah.
Motion to have Nancy sign as
Says second.
Either that or the balance check.
chair.
Okay, so Lori can apply for this. She's got time to apply for this and go through all the hoops and that was very hard.
Yeah, and I think part of the tricky thing is because you, Nancy, are the municipal authorizing official. I think only the municipal authorizing or at least act with the account access of the municipal authorizing official can make the requisition requests. So
You and I,
yeah.
And we'll probably have Callie on the phone too.
I know it's a very obnoxious system. I wish you didn't have to use it.
Well, you're retired, you know, you got all.
What is that, 10%
And
town
Kurt,
match
you're
match?
the like backup municipal officer, so if something were to happen to Nancy, hopefully nothing will.
She'll be fine.
You are there for redundancy's sake,
Mhm.
and that's just sort of the state is pretty strict about the person who can execute the grant agreement and request payments is someone who is either a town staff person like a town manager or an elected official like a select board member. So, but yeah, if you want to work together on that, however you want to handle working together on that.
Well, it was kind of funny that the state could only talk to me, but I put her on speaker.
Yeah.
Was it you? I don't remember. It was the state. I said, well, I'm sorry, you're on speaker with Lori because we both need to do this.
Yeah. Yeah, they have their processes
Yes.
that they have to stick to, even though they don't always conform
Yep.
to the way
Yep.
municipal systems are set up.
Yep.
And so I'm happy to continue to help with any troubleshooting with the portable grant management system.
And if I can have a copy of that after that agreement.
Yeah.
If I could have a copy of the signed agreement after when.
Yeah, so
You'll be
once
sending
you've
it back.
once you've signed it, I'll have my director sign it, and then
Okay.
I'll send the fully executed version to Lori.
Yep, that's good.
And then I'll be kicking off with the planning commission on Monday evening. And really excited. And I also want to thank Lisa and Stephanie, I know she's not here tonight, for really helping with the grant application. They were really great in helping to get community support letters, which help, I think, increase, the chances of the towns getting awarded. It was actually a very competitive cycle for this round. Only half the towns in our region that applied got a grant agreement or grant award. So
Awesome.
Good. Okay, that's,
Thank you.
yeah.
thank you,
Thank you,
Callie.
too.
Yeah. Should I take the sign, or are you gonna sign the agreement?
I think
I
she
signed and
signed it
Lori got
already
it.
and
Alright, so do you wanna, let me make a copy of at least her signature.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
Please go.
thank you, Callie.
guys are gonna be busy.
When we start doing the pilot. Town planners, like,
Right.
there's a lot of, cut and paste and a lot of input from the planning commission initially, but then
They
Just a
do all the
guide
crunching,
yeah, I mean, like,
make it look pretty.
Last time it
that's
was,
what we did last time was
more extensive because we added chapters. We had to add the whole energy.
Well, the
chapter.
energy thing came after, if you remember.
Yeah, we had to
It's like
add
a
stuff
year
in.
later or something.
Okay.
Minutes.
Reading and approval of records and orders, regular minutes.
If I was here, I'll make a
February
motion to
5th?
approve.
Were you here?
Motion to approve.
What date was it?
The fifth.
February
Fifth.
5th.
We were all here that day.
We're gonna finish hearing of visitors? Or we're just-
I think
Oh,
that's
yeah,
next.
sorry, yep. Anybody else hearing the visitors? Deb?
I told you I'd be back.
Tried to skip right over you.
I know.
I thought you were all done with the planning commission, I thought it was it.
No, I had questions, just a couple, and Mike generously offered for me to come and ask you guys
Good,
about a couple of budgetary.
Yep.
Just quick things.
Yep.
The 231,000, most of these are directed at Dave, I think it was for resurfacing. Is that a grant that we're going to get reimbursed for? It shows nothing in the budget, but 231,000 was paid out.
oh, yes.
For East Road?
The East Road,
Yeah.
yes,
So that's a budget that we'll be getting
yes,
Yes.
paid back.
yes,
Okay.
wait a minute, no, let me just, East Road.
Well, I thought certain funds were left over from certain.
Some, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the whole amount? I can't even remember what the whole amount was. But
No.
It's
it
okay.
was,
I just wanted to
Right,
make
some of
sure.
it's coming from the grant, some of it's coming from leftover money.
ARPA
ARPA
funds.
Yeah, ARPA
Yeah.
funds.
Okay.
And so it was no
No cost
taxpayer.
to the town.
It's just,
ARPA kept giving
I
us money.
scour this and
Yeah.
I think that's part of the problem, and then you try to go back and
Yep.
find out, well, where did they get that and how did that get
Yep.
plugged in
And the money did not come in yet for East Road.
okay, that's,
It would have been nice, but
would have been
And
nice.
it would've evened
would've been
out.
nice.
Yep.
And let's see, the third person, I don't recall ever, a discussion, I thought it was gonna be part-time. So it's full-time now?
yes.
Okay, and was there a salary set?
Talking for Lister?
No,
For
for highway.
Is there a salary set now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I don't recall that.
Hourly rate,
So it's $29 an hour?
okay, I don't,
Yeah, does that
if
sound
that's
okay?
whatever,
So with everything, including the overtime and everything, it comes out close to $100,000 expenditure for the town. So I was just, I don't recall that. And that was
recall what?
that discussion on how much of an expense that would be for the town.
So we discussed.
I think
Okay.
that
Between-
was probably the
between
number that
public
was.
Probably
discussion and
executive-
executive session.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think,
Figures were talked about in the executive session. But the recommendations of the highway supervisor and the board, we decided we wanted to hire a third person. When we looked
I
at,
recall that.
when we
yeah.
looked at part-time versus full-time, we decided during the if I recall right, during the executive session, we decided
And then we-
the full-time.
We did come out and say it, I believe.
Yeah.
Hope we did.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I thought, I looked back and I see where,
Well, one of the
Well-
biggest reasons why, if I'm correct, if Dave wants to correct me, that we decided a third person is the state's mandates are taking David more and more away from hands-on job and demanding more and more of his expertise, I guess you would call it, of the state, doing more and more supervisor part of it. And, there's certain things like if you need to just go and work on something in the shop, a third guy is nice to have. And, it also gives time if anybody's sick or on vacation.
The overtime.
I'm not questioning the
Yeah,
third person.
so that was
Yeah.
the reason why we decided that.
But I would think that then that would diminish some of the overtime.
Well, I don't know if that
Whereas
will. We-
It added that exact amount again. So,
I don't know if it would diminish, cause the third person's gonna work his regular 40 hours.
right, so the overtime shouldn't,
And especially your first year
There was-
person is definitely not gonna
There was,
diminish.
there was more changes to the, I guess, employee policy that adds to that too, like 4-hour minimums. and-
All depends on demand as well.
Yeah.
Whatever the
Plus,
demand is.
you know, a new guy's not gonna,
It was more about demand too, I mean, the expectations of the town, you know, I mean, with 2 people, you're looking at 3.5 hours for us to get around. And for some, that's just too long, so you add a person. I mean, I'm not throwing the board under the bus, but I was against, not against having 3 people, but
cautious.
I wanted to spend money in a different way. I wanted to pave to take workload off, and the board said, well, maybe we can do both, and, you know, we're gonna do both, which I think is great. I think we need more than 3 people at times. I mean, certainly traffic control, you need 2
That's right,
people
yeah.
just for that,
The
so.
traffic control and.
It's not that the work's not there. It is a big expense.
Well,
And the overtime.
Yeah.
it's really,
Town's not shrinking at any level. It's
It's-
only gonna grow from here.
when we use the word big, $100,000 to $1 million budget is not big. And I'm gonna tell you, one of the things that I looked at as a select board member is the future. I've heard our years go less. When I first came here, you said, I got so many years and this is where I'm looking at. That's getting less and less and less. And as a businessman, and if someone that owns his own business, it goes like that, and you keep putting it off, and then tomorrow you go, boy, I need that guy, and it's gone.
Yeah.
So I definitely, you know,
We could quickly learn how well we actually have it right now.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
I don't want you guys to get lost on what I was asking.
No, that's,
It was the money. I mean, we had an article for a new truck, we had an article for this and that, and then this was a pretty big expense. And I get it, you guys have the power of hiring, so it's totally your decision, just more than I expected, that's all.
We had a 3rd employee,
Yes.
2017, 2018, somewhere in there.
Mhm.
So we took that out and then ended up adding it back in.
Yeah.
This year. It's not anything we kind of got through the whole COVID thing and then now we're back to.
Right.
We tried to. It's just, you know, people come in here and they have expectations and you can only get so much done. You know, I mean, it's all part of the discussion. It's all money. And there's, tonight you'll talk about signing the code and standard. I mean, that constantly changes. I mean, if you look from 2009 when I started to now, I mean, there's a lot. There's a big difference in what we have to do, so.
I mean, as a municipality, having 3 people for a road crew, that's, you know, short.
Mhm.
There's towns out there that hire more than 3.
Florida's got 5.
Yeah, so I mean,
Clarksburg just jumped to 4.
nothing's
it
getting-
is expensive, but you
nothing's
know,
getting smaller,
can't
less
expect 2
complicated.
guys to continually have to pull the weight of the town. So
Jean had a question?
I didn't have a question, I had a statement. I spent my life in the bus business. The DOT doesn't set out all the log standards, and for the fun of it, those are safety standards. The municipalities are exempt from the safety standards, but when you've got men driving trucks in the middle of the night, they're gonna get tired. And fortunately, we're exempt from having to pay the fines if there is a problem. But I really wouldn't wanna see a truck in a river with somebody is sleeping. So,
I'm not
That's all.
questioning the 3rd person, I was questioning the money.
I can understand that, but unfortunately, no.
No?
I think it's.
Jeff, what,
Well
do
said.
you have more questions?
Yeah.
Or what the
Looks like you had a whole page
I
written.
did,
All
but
of
I crossed off a lot.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if
Go
you want me to wait, I was just
No, go
asking if anybody knows what the status is of the logging operation that is happening, because Mill Road, it's like it's crazy to drive, because they have the chains. Yesterday, they were up and down all day, the road was soft. I'm sure I'm not telling Dave anything.
Do they go up in the afternoon? Cause I noticed in the morning, first thing in the morning, I go to work, they're coming out.
4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I noticed they're going early because they must be trying to get it before it
Yeah,
softens
they
up.
gotta be on it
They've
before
been,
it softens
they've been
up.
in contact with me in the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Hunter Excavations
Are they
moved out
coming?
today over off Risky Ranch.
They're done for now.
Yeah, and then the other guy, or one of the other guys stopped and saw me the other day. The S&N outfit hasn't stopped to see me, but their trucks didn't even haul today. I've seen their trucks coming out, so I'm assuming they know.
They know it's coming, yeah.
They all know, they're more considerate than probably anybody else on the road. I mean, you're still gonna have oil trucks and propane trucks.
Right, yeah.
All that stuff that's gonna probably cause just as much.
So
Yeah,
Hunter
she was there.
Excavation is, Risky Ranch,
That's correct.
and who's the other one?
It's S&N is one of the other ones, and I'm not sure of the,
And where are they hauling out of?
they're out of,
They come out
Oh,
of-
by you, by
Yeah.
Tim's?
so they're kind of really, well aware of conditions that are coming.
So I was just up there a day or so ago. When was the day we got all that crap? I was all the way up down to Maltese,
Yeah.
and
it's still good.
I did see like something broke at the end up there. You guys blow a line or something? I've seen some color in the snow, but the roads look good. They weren't
Yeah, no, they're-
soft by any means. Maybe in the center, once the sun starts hitting it, it might mud up a little bit, but
Yeah, I mean, obviously in the next week or so, we're gonna see some mud. But we're not in road conditions yet, so I don't speak on
Yeah, well, let's get to it, road conditions.
Okay.
That's not-
Are you,
Wait, Deb
I'm
had
sorry.
more
I'm
questions.
sorry.
Okay,
You sure?
Until I think
okay. Minutes we did, road condition, review and sign town road and bridge standards. You looked them over, we're good?
that. Yeah, they seem to be more thorough than they have been in the past.
I think you started with reading and approval of records and never finished because we went right into.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Motion.
All in
Second.
favor? All in favor?
Aye.
Yes, that's right, we missed a couple budget meetings and regular meetings and. Okay. Road conditions now. Review and sign town road and bridge standards. You have them, Lori, or Dave have?
You sign them?
I don't sign them, you guys sign
Okay,
them. I recommend you sign them, we can't get grants, so I'll sign them.
well, let's sign them quick.
motion to sign
Motion,
them.
second.
Who's to sign them? Me?
Think you
Lori.
sign it.
You,
Okay. Want me to sign them?
Motion to have Nancy sign the bridge standards. Road and town bridge standards. Sign town.
Sign away.
You got anything on recycling?
Yes.
Gonna try to skip over that while you were signing.
Well, wait a minute, where am I signing, Lori?
Go to the next page. Just turn it over.
Oh, can you see the back? I need a sticker. Oh, we all have to sign? Okay. Mike, and then I'll pass it down.
So I guess while you're signing that, we could talk a little bit about the upcoming month season.
Yep,
Because my phone tends to ring off the hook.
yep.
Um,
Oh dear.
Just be aware that we're gonna have a really quick warm up by the looks of the forecast, so we're obviously gonna have some soft road conditions. I would say that we obviously can't be everywhere at once, and if the road's not frozen, I can't run, 60,000 pounds worth of stone up the road in a truck to be able to fix 10 feet. I can't ruin miles of road to patch in a small mud.
I already heard this before.
Yeah. So I would say have some patience, try to limit the travel. I mean, that's the most important thing. I see some folks, I'm not pointing fingers, but they come up and down the road 6, 8 times a day. You know, consider not doing that.
And it's kind of important not to ride in the same rut, right? You just try to like stagger your treads a little bit,
Yeah, I mean, it's
but
It's a beautiful
I
thing
guess
to
it's-
live in the forest.
yeah.
all part of living here. You know, it's
Have
not that we don't want to take care of it, but sometimes you
With
just
the
can't.
quick unthaw, all the culverts are clear, and
There's no way of knowing they're buried in snow. We had a lot of rain right in January, and then it froze really fast. So if we have a ton of rain, there may be an issue
T-shirt
here or
season
there.
coming up.
We're gonna have some water.
Have you
T-shirt
posted the
season.
roads yet?
No,
It's a
that's probably
lifestyle.
on the agenda for tomorrow. It's all gotta get done.
Mhm.
So.
So if you post the roads, that's it for the,
Well,
logging
no, if
effort.
it freezes, I mean, if the road's froze, a truck can go up and get wood if it needs to and come out. You know, the people that
They
do
know.
those jobs are well aware.
they know.
They know. I mean, I've stopped and talked to all of them. That's why they're moving out.
Yeah.
You know, they've moved their equipment out and they'll be back next one.
It's expensive to get a wrecker up here to pull them out of the water,
Yeah.
so they don't wanna do it either.
Especially nowadays, there's no records around here.
Okay.
Our ram that we currently have is at our brother's getting the turbo fixed, so we're down the truck.
Another 5 grand.
Have you looked into the, buying of the new truck?
I have, so at some point, we'll have a purchase and sale. I'm currently working with Chrysler of Claremont, where we bought the last one. They work with HP Fairfield. So we can pay for the truck and the upfit all at once when we get the truck. We don't have to pay separately.
Body and chassis.
And they order the proper truck for our outfit. So we're not gonna get one off the lot.
The service with them, you've always had good luck service with them?
I've never had to bring it back there. I've always brought it to Bedard Brothers. I did get a price from Bedard Brothers. It's very comparable. It's a little more. I know we go there for service, but I'm not always that happy. It's just that's where we have to go.
Mm-hmm.
They're sometimes less than honest. Sometimes our truck sits down there for a week. I make an appointment. I need the truck. Tell me they're getting it in. Doesn't get in for days.
Okay.
When I could have been still using the truck.
Is Stevens not an option?
I'm sorry?
Is Stevens
Stevens?
of Bennington?
The last time I tried to bring something there, they didn't really have a mechanic that could do the job, so
Oh, heavy duty.
I'm assuming that. I mean, they may now, but seems like these trucks take, you know, there's different levels of mechanics and.
I'm thinking
they
Claremont
bounce-
might
I think
be,
they bounce around, but Claremont's kind of far.
it is far, but if they have the experience and and can work you in and,
I mean,
Don't make
our
you
brothers has been capable. We've had very few issues. It's just that when it does have to go there for warranty, it sits down there sometimes for a week. Outside, and I can't, you know, I don't, it's not supposed to, as a appointment, but you call and they tell you it's gonna get in that day or the next day, you call the next day and still not in. And so that was the case even today. They didn't want it yesterday, it was supposed to be done today, and then they told me, well, it's gonna get in today, it'll be done tomorrow. This is how it works every time I bring it.
What's the plan with the old truck when you get a new truck? You can keep it as a backup?
Well, I guess we're not gonna get the new one until maybe fall, if we're lucky. And I guess we can kind of evaluate it then. I feel like as far as when things go, it's a month. When they leave here and have to get repaired somewhere else, it's almost always a month, it seems like. In the wintertime, a month is a long time.
What, to get an appointment or to get the truck back?
Well, usually you get an appointment, they figure out what's wrong with it, and they have to order parts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then they put you back on the list. It's not, a lot of times when they have to order parts, it doesn't mean
Yeah,
the
you
part
can't
comes
expect
in and
to
they fix it.
Right
Have
there.
them get you right in when
They
you break.
reschedule the thing.
Mhm.
So, like I said, this is initially, for this turbo, it went down there well over a month ago. And it's finally just getting fixed now, so. That's, I mean, I guess that's the world we live in, so to have an extra truck would be nice. Right now, I could, with 3 people, you know, I could easily have all 3 of us on the road, I'm sure tomorrow morning, but there'll only be 2 again. So, the service will be slower than it's been all winter.
Yeah.
So, just, when you expect that you're gonna see a truck at a certain time, and then it's not, you know,
I see you at 4.
yeah. Just try one tomorrow morning. It might be later.
What else with, highway trucks and sand, salt, we're good?
Yeah, I haven't seen salt in 2 months. I ordered a load 2 months ago, there just is none.
So
From
what
I
do
was told, the salt suppliers got a contract with New York State, New York City, and they have to honor it, and if they don't, they get fined, and the fines more money than they'll make selling salt to everybody else, so it's not just us.
so are we out?
No, we're not out, I
Oh.
still have salt, hopefully I get enough to get through, I mean.
Yeah.
Just, I don't
Sparingly,
really use a lot, considering, I mean, they think it's a lot. so,
sparingly.
yeah.
We're almost there.
Yeah, we, this time of year, if the sun comes out, you know, if I get the pavement bearing just a little bit, does the rest.
With the paving, planned, you'll end up using more.
Yeah, I mean, there'll be more, but there's some that goes into sand anyway, so be using less sand. It may not even end up being any more, because the amount of sand we use on the Jepson Road and Sure Hill is ridiculous.
When do you think those projects will start, Jepson?
And we're gonna have to get that bid out,
Okay.
the prices that I did get were at the November index. So now with fuel going up, I don't know what the price will be. I think the sooner we get it in, maybe the better.
Yep.
Put the bid out, but who knows what it'll be,
Go
and
for
they
it.
may not wanna.
Honor it.
I would think that, like, somebody like Allstate Asphalt buys ahead. Like, they must, they're so big that they're not really gonna not have the product, so I'm assuming they're sitting on some, it doesn't mean they're not gonna
Right.
charge you what today's rate is.
Well,
for
tell
it.
'em we
You
can
know,
always say
it's
no.
Oil, right? I mean, that's how that works, right?
Yeah.
So who knows, I mean, I don't wanna be the bearer of doom and gloom, but I don't know what the price is gonna be.
Anything else?
No,
So maybe we wanna talk next week and try to put together some bids.
yeah, I would
Yeah.
say we should get that out sooner than later. And that will give
More-
them time to plan it.
More paperwork for Dave.
Oh, there certainly isn't no shortage of work for them.
No, I'm just saying more
Yeah, oh,
paperwork
yeah.
for you. You're not on the road.
I've been taking care of the walkways at the school. I mean, I don't know what their
Did-
plan is, you know, for next year.
They haven't
Well,
hired
wait.
anybody
They
else?
did hire
They did,
somebody,
he
but
had them.
he's, I guess, I don't know if his hours aren't available to be here early in the morning on the weekend, I'm not sure, but.
I think the
I'm
snow blower is back.
It is, I haven't snowblower around the back or anything, but the library entrance, these 2 entrances out the back and the front entrance, I've been shoveling and salting. Certainly appreciate it if, you know, somebody else did it, but I will do it as long as you need me to.
I've been doing the ice and mud removal in front of the walkway.
Yeah, that.
Every day.
Unfortunately, there's a frost heave there.
Did anybody come about the water problem? They were supposed to come last week.
In front of the walkway?
Yeah,
No one's coming. When I drop the kids off, I clean it. When I come back, I clean it.
because it may not be just surface water.
Well, I think it is. It's,
I don't know.
It was, I will say, when we had 10 below zero, it wasn't frozen, so.
It may
It's
be other,
going through.
it may be
Don't know, I
bubbling
can't
up
say
and it's
for
I
not
can't
oil.
find out where, I mean, I can't see anywhere where it's seeping
No.
because the water's literally running off under the sign number 1 or 2. It's coming from that pile.
I'd like to make a motion, we never mention the word sign again.
Second.
Yeah, I think we should figure out what's going on with that water. I mean, school said they were gonna do it and send somebody down, and we still have the water there.
So,
Where would
And
it
it
be
may
coming
be affecting other,
Well, the
from?
water,
Where would
spots
it be,
and
where
just-
would it be coming from?
the water line comes from the well to the building.
Yeah.
It would be
Yeah.
hot, though.
could be.
Would it be hot? Why would it not freeze?
Well, it's like a running water, it doesn't freeze.
Uh-huh.
So
Right.
if it's
Probably
got,
still with
if it's
water.
got a leak in the line and it's just.
Maybe the sign hit the water line.
Kurt.
Hey,
Killed
they
us.
just had a motion, you broke that.
It's
I
not
think-
that far up the hill.
I think it's just all the water off the
Whoever's
roof.
doing the plow,
it is.
It's
I
not
got a
that
baseball
far.
bat out
It's
in
not
the car.
that far up
Right,
there.
right now it was, but when it was 10 below zero, there was no water melting.
And it's water.
And there was water, it wasn't
Huh.
freezing, so.
Interesting.
It's just, I'm not saying there's a leak, but
Well, no, when it starts warming up, I guess,
Yeah.
right?
One of the,
when it, you may not notice it when it warms up, because once the frost is on the ground, this whole area is nothing but gravel. It's school's sitting, so it may just drain down.
soak right up.
You know, but
Drain
with the
up
frost in the
underneath
ground,
the
it's
gas.
froze, so it's coming to the surface.
Got a water spot.
Might wanna look into it, so you don't end up with a sinkhole.
Under the plastic, under
Will
the,
it- you
under
have
the
water
plastic.
inside?
I have a wet spot underneath my chair that as soon as it unthawed enough, it's like this big.
It's under the plastic.
Under my
Frozen
plastic.
spot?
Under the chair?
In her office, under the
It's
plastic
basically
mat.
coming off the walkway and then into the.
It's coming
I'm
out.
not even saying anything,
No.
this is too easy.
We already have that, she's got you.
We'll keep an eye on it.
Well, the school's supposed to come down and look
I
at it
saw
last
some
week.
trucks here the other day, but I don't know who they were or what.
So-
3 or 4 white
I mean,
trucks.
they'll see it when the sinkhole shows up.
There was a generator.
We can't find Lori.
Sinkhole, yeah.
Sinkhole, yeah.
And the other, while we're just business, or people here working, did they fix the alarm system?
Yes.
Good. Was it,
It's just a glitch on the box that we were trying to,
okay.
so, it took only 15 minutes.
Okay.
So we talk about this all the time about having meetings with the school, and every time we have these meetings with the school, we talk about what can we do jointly to change things. And last time we had the meeting, the superintendent said, I'll look into it, but then he came back and said, really nothing we can do. One of the big things that I would like to look into hard is this janitor, custodian, whatever. I mean, they're in charge of getting someone, but they don't really care because we take care of the snow. We should have a say on this. We should be able to say, let's advertise, get someone in here, hire someone. Why are they in charge of our town, our building?
I think the supervisory union hires the janitor.
Yep.
Exactly, they do, but why? Why do they have to? Why can't we do it? Hire the guy, go over and clean the school, we'll do the Cory check or whatever they need, but then we can say, look, you clean the snow, you remove the snow, you get the water out of there in the morning, this is your job. But
So
I
the
don't know
state
why,
was-
Once again,
the
it's probably.
state law governs what the schools can do in
right,
what do they call it?
Supervisory
The
union?
supervisory union
yeah,
has a building committee or a building supervisor that works out of that building. And they're actually in charge of this entire building. However-
I understand that, but are they, when we say that the state is in charge, does that mean it's rule, law, or are they just saying they are so they can get their
So.
feather in their cap?
So when all this crap was going on with who owns the building and all of that, we all know
Yeah.
who owns the building. We do.
Correct,
We own the building.
correct.
So we're in charge of the building. However, when when they're in there, and that's a school.
Yeah.
Then the Department of Education in the state of Vermont is the overseer, the judicial part of it. They're in charge, and technically, if you wanna be honest about it, we can get thrown out of here. Because there's a public safety issue with the open, with today's, guns and all that stuff.
Mhm.
And the ability to just come right through that door and do damage, right? So if you go to any other locked school that's a specific school,
Mhm.
there is a big time safety protocol.
Right.
So, but anyways, seems how we're somewhat separated.
I mean, this
It's
isn't
always been
unique
this
in
way,
Vermont.
so-
There's many school town hall buildings in
Right.
Vermont.
Right.
We've went down this road before. My point is, and I know the school has
Yeah.
their authority because of the state. I understand that. I don't like it, but I understand it. But I'm just saying is when it comes to taking care of the building, which the janitor is part of that.
Yeah.
Why can't we talk to them and say, why don't we hire them?
You have, and I
At
will-
least have a say in
I
it.
will say, and I don't know if anybody else is here, but you probably have the best principal over there that you've had in a long time.
Oh, I'm
She's
not
very
denying it.
willing to come here and sit here every Thursday night at the
Well,
meeting.
she did, when we didn't have a meeting, she was here, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
We must have a better principal than we had last time because the grades have gone up dramatically. So
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
So, the janitor works 11 to 7, which is why he can't do the walkways initially, but he will snow blow and do all the rest of it. But he's also doing way more maintenance than the last guy used to. He's painting,
He's painting,
fixing.
yes.
He's a great guy.
He's
Yeah.
really
He's
making
doing
an
really good.
effort to,
Who gives him the hours? Did they negotiate it because of him to fit around his schedule?
Well, you gotta kind of,
Or
like,
kids, I
school's
don't
in
know.
session all day, right? They're making a mess, so it makes sense to have him here later.
Right, but
Gotta
I'm saying
clean up
that during
the
a
mess.
snow, when there is snow,
I think
should
then
he
like,
be able to come in early? We've
yeah,
had that.
maybe they could address that and have him come in earlier, or that, or have to pay him overtime.
To be honest,
He could adjust his hours.
the way I see it is that we all know and keep saying to ourselves, and it comes out in the meetings every time we talk about this. It's our building. It's our responsibility to do the thing. I think we should just.
Let's ask this question, if someone was to slip and fall out there and sue somebody, who are they suing?
Well,
The
it depends if
school
it's in
or
the
the
school.
town?
Time or not.
Stanford.
They still gonna sue the person with the money,
Right.
Both of us.
right?
Mm-hmm.
we insure only
Dave?
the content, so the.
So the school is a separate line item for the snow cleanup. So I know it's the janitor's job typically, they have separate monies to pay on top of the janitor position.
So they get
Right.
hired,
So
contract.
Rich, that was an extra part of his job, and it was never an issue when Rich did it, he lived in town and
Yeah.
he knew that, oh geez, the school's not open today, Lori is, so I need to be down there. And the last two custodians we have, just haven't been able to fit that into their schedule, or they don't think about
Yeah.
it, and the last one I
Why
had,
don't they dip into their funds and hire a contractor?
yeah, I mean, I guess they could.
Well, here,
The principal did come and approach us and ask us if we could help for now, so that's what we're doing, but this is why I'm bringing it up and saying, for next winter, they have money in their budget, and if we could find somebody that,
who did the principal approach you?
Here, they
actually, the
came.
principal initially didn't, the secretary did, because none of them, the guy quit, so the janitor they had quit, and she said, can you help us out?
Yep.
And I didn't wanna see, the town office is open, the school kids come in, and I felt like, well, and I discussed it with the board. We actually, I think, discussed it in executive session, and said that I would take care of it for now until they found somebody else to do it. And I guess that's what I'm saying, I've been doing this, but we need to figure something different out for next winter if we could possibly.
So it looks like in their budget, they budget $1,500, but they didn't spend anything in fiscal year 25.
For
How
snow
much?
removal.
Snow, it says Stamford maintenance snow removal,
How much is it?
1,500.
There you go, John.
Well, here's something that we hired
That's
Carol
like
to
probably
do
a
their
week.
trash.
That's true.
You know what I mean? They said, well, we can't have our trash down here anymore. We hired Carol to take the trash from here to there. The town took care of that. Why can't we take that $1,500 and hire someone? Whether it's you put it out to bid or you get someone like Carol that says, hey, an extra $1,500 a year, I'll take that money to come down and take care of the snow. I'm not saying it's Carol or John or anybody else. I'm just saying there's $1,500 that should be getting spent.
In their
So-
budget, yeah.
Our men can do what they need to do.
Where'd it go the other
I'll
day?
tell you right now, it's costing us more than $1,500 to have Dave.
Absolutely. And if
Oh,
you want to take our third guy and give him the $1,500 and put it down towards us, go ahead. But I'm just saying,
There's ways.
yes. If I said to you, geez, well, I've already heard this before. Geez, Dave, we need to add some more stuff to you. You go, okay, but then I can't do this. We've already been down that road before. You want me to do this? I can, but I can't do this.
It's definitely taking me off of, the road.
Yeah.
The shovel, like,
Now, go take care of the cemeteries. We'll get rid of the cemetery.
I thought you looked like you were a little more
Okay.
buff.
yeah.
Not all that
There's
shoveling.
only so much we can do. I don't want to, I know we're beating it up here, but it's a thorn in my side with the school. I'm not trying to throw them under the bus, but it's always when there's something that needs to be done, it's our side. It just always seems like, well, let the town look at it. A sign, get the town. Blacktopping, get the town. Snow removal, get the town. You know, it's always, what's the town gonna do about it? You know? I mean, if there is a water leak, who's gonna take care of that?
The person that's doing that should almost be at our direction anyways, because the problem I was having was I would come down and get the parking lot cleaned up, and then they'd snow blow all the snow out into the parking lot. And the last two. Rich
Right.
knew he had to get here before me.
Right.
So you know, if it snowed, he was here before me. When I got here, it plowed, and that was done.
Well, that goes
So
back
why
to what
can't we
Kurt
ask
used to say
This,
about
why can't we
town
ask the
people.
school
Yeah.
to hire somebody just for the snow blower?
Maybe this guy they just hired doesn't know about this. Hey, I got an extra dollar if I come in
There's a
and do
line
this.
item, not janitor,
Does
just,
she actually know that there's a line item for $1,500?
I don't know.
I know that when I talked to Maya, I actually brought it up, and I think she talked to her about it. But they may not have known
Yeah.
originally. But, we used to have, there used to be a kind of like a contractor when I first started here that did it. I was a little tractor.
That's right.
I was gonna say,
It was never an issue then.
Right.
There was a janitor here for like 20 years. and
That's
worked
right, he
at
wasn't-
night.
He was not the janitor.
No, that was legal.
Yes.
I don't know the rules of Vermont versus Mass on all these things, but I mean, Clarksburg, their janitor used to do all of that. He did the town field and he did the snow removal. You know, it's changed. I understand that, but I'm saying that if the money's available and it's just sitting there and you're over there doing the job, or Jim's trying to get rid of the water in the morning, which is great. That's volunteer and that's great. But I'm saying that is, we go back to liability, you know?
Well, I will say that during the voting the other night, I was going around and trying to stop here every time I went around and try to shovel. I mean, I guess I was somewhat keeping up with it, but there was still 3 inches or so I had to shovel every time. And I mean, somebody could obviously fall. You know, you almost needed somebody just standing here shoveling.
You
that.
did.
So-
I
Supervisor,
shoveled
you
when I
need
came
more-
in,
They
so.
need more like maintenance men and not janitors.
Yeah.
No, maintenance men encompasses the janitor aspect of it,
Right.
but it's just more.
Oh, yeah.
Heated walkway.
And able to mow the lawn, and able to do the snow
Yeah,
blower.
this
Well,
guy
can
we
we-
got now is really
Yeah,
good. It's
you,
just-
you paint the building.
The,
you
the
do-
problem is where we're at, they can't find anybody to be here. They can't find anybody
Well, they
that
can't pay
would
'em- they can't
last
pay 'em
long, so
enough.
they kind of let them pick their own hours.
Right.
Can
Well, that's
we-
why I wondered if we're working around his schedule or does he know that it's available, you know?
Can we ask the school board, like in September, you need to hire someone to do snow blowing at
Yeah,
4 in the morning
At
or
least
5 in
spend
the
the
morning?
money that you have available to spend.
I'd like to just ask the principal, say, does
Yeah,
these hours that you gave them, is that just because that's what we said we were gonna do, or could you talk to them and say, could you come in early? Maybe the guy said, yeah, I can do that.
Somebody that's coming here already, maybe they get away with $1,500, but somebody that's gonna have to come here specifically to do that job, as demanding as it could be in a winter like this winter, library's open on Saturday, so you have to make sure that that's accessible.
Mhm.
And then they have Sunday, we have a basketball crew, I forget what night we have, pickleball.
Pickleball.
So you have to know that these things have to be done.
Right. You live in the Northeast, you think it'd be automatic that you need someone to remove the snow.
Right. Well, we
So-
did before, that's what I'm saying, there
It's
was.
just basic
So
knowledge.
Rich did it the best by far.
Right.
He was here, he knew he had to be here, he knew what the schedules of everybody was.
Yeah.
And, since then, you know, a lot of times it gets let go, especially those, you know, Saturdays or days when there's no school, the lorry's open. You know, it hasn't been getting done.
Let's, yeah, can we
Yeah,
move?
I mean, I was
Yeah.
calling the last janitor, say, hey, you know, you gotta get there, cause that's what the principal wanted me to do, but he started saying he couldn't be here. I mean, it takes more than I realized.
Can we move on and, figure out, do this in the fall, or are you gonna talk to somebody now, or?
I mean, I can continue doing what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah, we have no choice, well, we have a choice, I guess, but
Right
now,
now.
they don't have anybody.
I'm doing the best I
Right
can
now.
with it.
Yep. I will make a note for August
Talk to the
that we've
principal.
gotta talk to the principal about snow removal. Ooh, Nancy, August. All right, anything else under road? Okay, recycling. Recycling. We all know Buzz is, having difficulty showing up at the recycling center and working. He called a couple weeks ago and asked if he could move down to the fill-in position and let Joey Ficini take the full-time with Carol. I said I'd have to bring it up to the board.
Yes.
Buzz would like to fill in, and we also have Steve Senecal as a fill-in, and
Okay.
Carol usually calls one or the other to fill in if Joey can't. So is there any problem with that?
Nope.
And Buzz said he'd like to come down and visit sometime because he misses the people too. So he's kind of like a social greeter.
That's what,
Hang
we
out
don't wanna
with-
take it away from.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Swapping. All right, I'll make the call.
If he was feeling better, we had some snow, he could.
I know. Yeah. Anything else on recycling? No. Discussion, review results of town meeting. Pretty good turnout, not bad.
Not considering it's snowing.
There were some concerns about the electrical on Jepson. I'm sure once the time comes, Dave will be right on it, making sure they're not digging up the road or
Before
whatever.
I left, I had a text message about that, so I guess the information that was given wasn't correct. No.
To information given to the people or you?
Not from me, but from the resident that stood up.
Right, so it's not gonna go underground.
Not next year anyway.
Right,
At least not that anybody knows.
right. I just don't understand why they would be working on the poles if they're gonna be putting them
Mhm.
underground.
But I will contact Green Mountain Power about it.
Okay.
Yes, keep us informed of that one. I had nothing else on town meeting, very
I think
orderly.
it was good.
The only other issue was a lot of questions about the road, which we're gonna look into, right? We're gonna put some bids out.
So how soon should I be looking at financing for these projects?
I would assume it's gonna happen some point this summer, so. Not within the next couple of months, but.
Well, you'll work with Lori, get in touch with her and say, hey, we gotta have money here.
How fast you think they'll do the bidding? Like, how fast you think when you reach out their feelers for that, they're gonna go
Lori
right
and
to
I,
it?
we could set a date, I mean,
Mhm.
we set a date, we send out the information. You know, we give them a couple of weeks to get it back and with their bid and
Typically, how many bidders?
to.
Two.
Well,
If we're lucky,
Warner,
we get one,
Mhm.
that's Stanford's.
Right.
For them, people to mobilize their equipment here, nobody wants to do it.
Warner's the one you got the numbers from, right?
Yeah.
Right, which would be nice if we could reach out to them and say, hey, if you can honor your quotes.
Yeah, and I mean, if you want me to do that, I'd be happy to do that.
I don't think it's gonna get any lower,
I'm a
you
little-
know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little concerned with the price of oil jumping up, that
Say,
it
we,
specifically says right on the quote that, you know, this is as of
Yeah.
November 2025 index, so.
I think every
You know,
single
you might
quote I
be
get
happy to-
says pie on it.
Mm-hmm.
They may be happy to
Price
lock in
per-
the work and
Subject to change.
Yep. Oh, yeah, you could quote a $20,000 piece of material and it comes in,
Okay.
it's 25.
Went up on town meeting, everything okay, and seemed to run smoothly, very quiet, very
Yeah.
organized, everybody,
JP did good with running the show.
Yeah,
And
really
everything
good.
seemed civil, and
It did.
we can be civil people if we have to. Yeah.
I would like to see bigger attendance. You know,
Oh,
but
yeah, well, that wasn't bad.
It was more than usual.
I was surprised with the school side meeting.
Very quiet and
Boom, boom, boom.
yeah, well, it
Everybody
is a little
left.
confusing, right? You really need to.
It's
They want to finish
confusing,
with the big
and if it's
budget items.
confusing, nobody wants to ask a question. 'cause
I think they
you
purposely
sound
fudged
like you
the
don't know what you're talking about.
presentation so they're just like, oh yeah, whatever.
So the
Yeah.
school owner
Because,
for
you couldn't
years
see
couldn't
anything on it.
understand anything they were describing,
Right.
ever.
Right.
You can't understand their formulas or anything. But now it's a different system, and they explained it quite well, I thought.
I thought it was cool the state reps were there too. That was nice.
The only thing I didn't like is when they go from pennies to percentage.
Cents.
So you go from
Yep,
9 cents to 15%.
that's what I was saying.
Stick to one or the other because it almost like they're trying to make things sound good.
Well,
Just tell the truth.
Yeah.
That's how they teach math today. Like
Yeah,
that.
just tell the
That's
truth.
why I didn't understand, tell me percents.
Yeah,
right?
did we
It's
go up 80%? No. Oh, okay, that's fine.
That's why I asked.
It
them.
says 15% right here. What's that mean? Well, because we had less students. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, they said.
Same
they
budget,
said
less
9 cents.
Yeah.
I go, and I raised my hand. Did you say 9%?
Yeah, because it was quick.
Right. And he said, oh, no, of course.
But he ain't explained it. That's
Yelled
fine.
it out, 9 cents.
Right. But that was what? There was
Who does
3
that?
questions. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seriously, who does that?
okay. Review auditor's recommendation, that's Lori.
So we're still working to finalize our fund balance figures. Don't really know where that is yet, but he did leave me with several recommendations for me to work on this year. And then ideas when we're talking about budget next year. He wants me to continue to close all the little accounts and merge them into one big account. His thought is we may not have to borrow money in anticipation of taxes if it's all in one big pot, and that our software system is powerful enough to keep track of all the money separately, even though it's merged together. He also created some forms so that I could allocate interest and do what I need to do separately. He recommended that we change how we pay the delinquent tax collector and our zoning administrator. Right now, we budget income, what we expect to get, and then an expense of what we expect to pay, and they wipe each other out. But in reality, we're not raising that money through taxation. The people who pay the building permits are paying for the zoning administrator's salary. So if somebody pays $300, I'm putting 150 of it in this account over here to pay Deb. But then I'm not using it because we're paying Deb over here out of this expense account, and it's not working. So instead of budgeting the plus and the minus, he said there really isn't any need to budget it because it's gonna come out of this pot over here from the permit money.
We can only budget the difference as a income.
Right, and the delinquent tax collector receives 5% of the penalty that comes in from taxes. So instead of budgeting
don't
for
have
the
to
whole
budget
thing
for it.
and paying out the whole thing, we collect 8% penalty and we pay her 5%. By rights, we really only need to budget the 3% that the town's gonna keep as income.
Mhm.
And not do the he said some towns do it the way we're doing it, and it's not a bad thing, but it's just not so clean.
Now, what about the joint accounts? I thought you didn't wanna do that before.
I am uncomfortable with it because it's new to me. I'm used to having cemetery money here, library money here, and, you know? But kind of what he's saying is I'm already doing it. Dave doesn't have his own account, and yet all of his highway funds are tracked separately.
Right, so we're
So
just
we're
putting it all in
doing
one
it.
hat.
I just have to get used to that idea of, you know, Dave's money is totally separate in the computer, even though it's already in my pot. And we need to look at that same way with cemetery and the other funds. So, little by little, I have been closing accounts and putting them all in together, and he promises me it will work out just fine. I have a good amount of old stale checks that have been uncashed for years. I have to send them into the state. He also suggested for highway projects that we know we are going to be doing regularly, like every 5 years, Dave likes to do a paving project. He thought we should set up a highway capital fund and just, you know, if you know in 5 years you're gonna need 200,000, then you just put 40,000 in it every year and use your money. You're getting interest on your money, and then you're using your money, and he's feeling like interest rates are really not going to go down. It was great when, you know, borrowing was peanuts, but it's changing, and his recommendation is to start planning for any of these things you intend to do. If you know every 7 years you're gonna buy a new truck, start putting away truck money. It's not something we have to do.
So he's
We
saying,
kinda mentioned that, didn't we mention something similar to that, or every year we just have like a fund?
well, fun, yeah, but
That's nice, but you're doubling your budget.
That's the hard
You're gonna, all
part.
of a sudden, one year, you're gonna have to put in, like, for this truck, we're gonna pay 150, you're gonna have to say you're budgeting 300, 300.
right, cause you're still doing the budget.
Yeah, the chip seal project's 200, now that's 400, so you're gonna have a year with like $350,000 on top of the budget to start gaining, you know?
Right,
I
because
guess
we're
you're
doing
gonna
it
do it over
now.
5 years, but.
Right.
To do it and plan for it is hard. Even if we just plan
And I'm
for.
actually
quarter
surprised he
or-
said interest rates aren't gonna go down, they just went down.
He just kind of figured, as a whole, this is where he thinks would be a good way to go. It's
Okay.
just something to think about, but not a requirement.
Whatever makes your life easier, go ahead. Yeah,
Yes,
pretty much.
yep,
Yeah.
okay. Correspondence. Signed certificate of no suit pending for the 2025 grand list.
Yes. So, you'd like to sign on the right-hand side there, all of you get signed.
Let you
Make a motion?
motion.
clean.
Second.
Aye.
Right.
And so Hunter Excavation, wanted to have permission, and it's kind of a moot point now, but we should still sign it, to be able to plow the roads after, like in the winter, where he was doing his logging.
They already did plow the roads.
And so he signed this like a month ago, but we didn't have a meeting, and
Oh,
so
I
now
see.
here we are.
I
It was
gotcha.
intended back then when he was doing the logging.
Okay.
And you pay for recording fee and everything.
He paid for the recording fee,
take it.
he's done it all.
Certificate of insurance included, so.
Yeah.
Speaking of this plowing, somebody plowing above Wally Dolly's? Is that road being plowed?
I haven't been over there lately to say if it.
Have you noticed?
Hit and miss. Some days it is, and other times it's not.
Well, if somebody's plowing, we really should have them.
I know
The
someone goes
insurance-
up there, there's vehicle tracks, but I don't know who's traveling up there during the winter time.
That's
I
a
haven't been up there
place for
since
so
here.
It,
I have
cause
to ask him.
it's not fair to Hunter or the other two that have their certificate of insurance and
Yeah, I've been up there since
liability
Hunter.
insurance that they're plowing.
That's Stephanie's place?
That's where we
Beyond
stop.
Stephanie's place, yeah. 'Cause
Well,
you
she
plow
goes
to-
all the way to Shank Road. Stephanie does.
Yeah,
her land does.
yeah, her land does, but you only plow to Wally Doley's
Yeah.
old house.
Stops.
It's gonna
at
always
that.
be Wally Doley's.
Yeah, it stops at Wally's house. That's a
Just
turnaround.
like Tim and Ray.
Tim and Ray, yeah,
They still live behind me, right?
yep. Except a town away.
I have the uniform municipal excess weight permit from Belco to sign.
Motion to sign,
Sign.
all in favor?
Aye.
So they can go over our roads. No suits pending. And we have the contract for Nimrick, who's our assessing services. But now we have a lister. Well, we've always had one lister. Another one was elected, but she hasn't taken her oath yet, so I don't know where that is standing.
She may not know. She may not know, but she has to come.
If she
Oh,
does
Lori sent
though,
her
and
a
she
letter.
accepts it and so
So we'll have
on,
two listers.
we have two listers, what do we need to do with Nimrick?
Well, I don't think, and Deb agrees, will you be up and running by April 1st?
Well,
I don't think so.
good, no.
No.
No, and I've been in contact with Beth Miller, who's the district advisor for
Right?
us. She wanted to meet today, but I said, give us till next week, because she'd like to have you there also, Nancy. And whatever listers we might have. So I am going to try to hit the ground running, but I know how to appraise, but I don't know the whole system.
Equalization study and current
Exactly.
use, and that's,
Well, I do.
Have you during the year that you were elected, you didn't take any training, right?
No, because I didn't want
You
to.
didn't think it was necessary,
Um,
because there was no one else,
you would have had to pay me for my hours of training.
and we would never know if we ever
And we
did.
didn't know if the whole thing was going to, go forward. So the first course is, the first training is the 16th.
homestead,
Um,
downloading homesteads.
is it homesteads and, okay.
I believe that's what it is. That's what I heard. 'Cause
Okay.
and
There's,
it was supposed to be downloaded mid-February, but their system wasn't working,
okay.
so we couldn't get the downloads. So this is what happened.
So,
You
You
file,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
you file your homestead, your resident, get shipped up to the state with your taxes. The state sends it back to the local listers. And then we have to say, yes, he's a resident, or no, he's not. If we say no, the state's supposed to send a letter. But something has changed with this new VPI back and forth.
the VPI is what I have to get.
I don't know anything about it.
Okay, because she asked me if I worked with VPI.
And VPI is a transfer of information between the state and, but it seems like local people are doing the work for the state. And in 4 years, we're gonna have to do another reappraisal.
So do you
Or
think
4 to
we
6
should
years.
keep Nimrick for X amount of months?
I think Nimrick would be, who is it now? What's his name?
Stacy Bradley is our
That's what she
assessor.
thought.
She's,
Because
yes.
John's gone now.
John is retired, so
Um,
Stacy is,
Don't say anything now.
I didn't say anything.
I can
I
read
wish
your
we
mind.
could get someone closer than Stacy.
Yeah,
But-
well, she kind of, Beth had said it might be good to have kind of a little bit of a hybrid transition.
Yep.
And use her to help guide, although we do have the district advisor who's more than qualified. I mean, gosh,
Where is she from? Montpelier?
no, she's not from Montpelier. Londonderry,
Well, that's even further up.
is it?
It's about
She was
St.
gonna-
Johnsbury.
She was gonna come right down, I might be wrong, so, and then she said.
Oh,
she was
Londonderry.
asking
Wait a minute,
about-
Londonderry. I'm thinking of Lynn.
She was asking about, like, Microsoft Teams so that we can all meet if times when she can't come down or anything, but she is 100% committed to getting us going somewhere, even if we don't have another lister, getting me trained and working side by side to minimize what
The Nimmer, right.
we have to.
So,
We have some options.
there's gonna be some time, but we
We're
should,
gonna have to.
what is this, how long is this?
A year, till
Do
December.
you think we should go the whole
But
year?
this is hourly.
Oh, okay,
It's
okay,
hourly.
oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Plus they get paid in right now.
And they shouldn't be doing that much anyways, because,
Well, this is kind of the busy time.
This is
Yeah,
a very
this is-
busy time. And there's a timeline that stuff has to be done by, well, April 1st.
but,
And then you have so long to file your abstract, and then your grand list, they're all dates.
but the
there.
assessments are all pretty much written in stone, just new stuff would be assessed,
You mean
right?
the appraisals.
Okay, appraisal.
They're done except for.
The appraisal, like,
Our grand list is already.
done, but the
Done.
new stuff, the buildings.
Right.
Now, if something transferred and it's, we have it assessed for, say, 10,000 and it's sold for 100,000, whoa, we better take a look at that. What is there that was missed? Is there an addition or,
Somebody just had cash.
yeah, they were lucky.
This is where I think requiring a CO for all new construction in town it should be mandatory.
We don't have the resources.
I mean, you are the resource.
I am not a building inspector.
You don't have to be. You walk through when it's completely done.
Well, that's the listers do that.
We don't need a
Right.
certificate.
They have their permit and they will look at it this year. Oh, it's not done yet. So they'll put it on the list to go back next year.
COs are for more like health and safety standards.
So technically, that's exactly what a
Lister would do.
that's what we're looking to do us for a CO. This is exactly what you described is all you really need to have a certificate of occupancy.
Right. You don't have to call
We
it
don't
that
do
though,
that.
you can just
Yeah,
say yes
I
and
was
stuff,
thinking-
yeah, I get
Right.
it.
I don't think we want to have anything that says this building
Safe.
is safe to move
No.
into.
Yeah,
It is
need it that way.
For
Right,
permanent plan.
It creates a whole layer of public employees essentially.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're gonna need
I'd
a
Yeah.
love to
inspector
see
and a
a-
building inspector.
a district-wide, building inspector. I think that would be great, but we'll never see
Right.
Seems like there'd be enough work for them. Not in Stanford or Reedsboro,
that. That's
but
what I'm saying, district-wide, you could keep someone busy.
So to go along with this NIMRIC, right now I'm the assessor clerk because NIMRIC is doing everything. So if we get 2 or 3 listers, I suggest one of them do the assessing clerk.
Well,
Because
they
why
can-
paying
Yeah, they
double?
can phase into that, yeah.
things
I think
into
that we can get them trained on all this other stuff first and then
Mhm.
phase into that.
One step at a time.
Yeah, but at this point, we have to sign this contract.
I think we should, that's
Yeah,
my
I-
opinion. And
You guys would be not well served just to not.
Not
have
sign
them.
it.
Yeah.
We
I
should get a
don't do
hold
any
of Kristen
figures.
and see
That's-
if she actually wants the position still. I know she volunteered for it. Well,
Lori did-
sometimes in the heat of the moment and in the
Yeah.
town meeting.
Lori did write to her, and,
Okay.
Okay,
right?
Okay.
perfect.
Did Erica send in any paperwork? No? Okay.
Deb, did you get this, maybe you want a copy of the agreement too? Cause all this, there's, a chart here town agreement checklist, what NIMRIC does and what the municipality will do.
Oh, sure, yeah, I'd love to see that.
Yeah, it's way over my head.
I'll
Sounds like
make
fun.
a copy.
Yeah. So do you want to sign this? Their hourly rate will be $95 per hour, $47.50 per hour for travel. And if they go beyond state boards and to Superior Court, it's $145 an hour.
And when we have them do something, is there a minimum of
Why
hours
we
that
need
they put
listers.
into it?
No.
What was the question?
Minimum
Just didn't know
hours.
if they had a
You cancel
minimum
any time?
time.
No,
So if you use them, they get paid for 4 hours,
That's
even though you
contract.
only work
For
for
how
half an hour.
long?
1 year.
1 year, till December 31st, till,
We don't
Till
have to
everything
give them
is
the
done.
work. We could say,
Right, but
You
you're
don't need to do
securing them.
right,
right.
It gives her a year to
get trained,
get ready, yeah.
Mhm.
all of her and
So, yeah, motion to sign.
good stuff, good
Second.
Kristen.
Second?
It's either that or that outfit in Boston or something, right?
Oh, gosh.
They don't.
Right, and we didn't even have anybody come in when we sent it out to quote the last time,
Mhm.
so.
I wonder
So,
how-
what's the training costs for the listers, like?
It's mostly covered by the state, so the only thing which I would need to discuss with you is the hourly rate again, and is that covered, like when I'm doing training, is that hourly rate part of it?
Part of the state,
Part of
our,
the lister
yeah.
position, right,
Mhm.
right.
They're important positions for towns that try to in-house, for sure. Get people.
So right now we have 2 and we're looking for a third.
It'd be great to have a third. It would, I think, it would benefit the town, we're all here.
People that are gonna be dedicated long-term.
So, possibly 3 people at X amount of dollars that we have to discuss
Mhm.
at some point.
Executive session because well, if Kristen takes it, if she doesn't, then you'll be on your own again.
Well, I had that discussion with Beth Miller also.
Who's that?
Beth Miller, the district
Yep.
advisor.
Yep.
She kind of alluded, and I want to clarify this with her, but you can have a lister side by side with an assessor. So with a NEMRIC. So it would reduce the work that NEMRIC necessarily has to do. So it's almost like an assessor clerk, but it would be. a lister.
You can go in and do the values. So who would sign off on the grand list then?
These are, this is
Who
so
would-
new. I
Yeah.
need to,
Who would defend it and,
well, she wants to meet with us and really like one of you guys to be there, Nancy.
with 2 hats?
Sure.
John did a motion to sign that NIMRIC contract.
Second.
Too many papers.
I mean, you guys used to have a pretty big lister department. didn't you?
It was
Like
3
what?
people that consistently did it for a while.
3 people.
I think so,
Yep.
yeah. That's the key too, is consistency over time.
Yeah.
That was a long time
But
ago.
Mhm.
when I first started, it was paper.
It
And
was elected
Al,
official.
Al
to make it worth
Gardner
their
had-
while though, you know, nobody wants to come forward and do the job if it ain't gonna be worth doing it, so.
We have to talk about, like, a dedicated station or something, or a computer, so that we're not
right there.
arguing with, or competing for space.
Right there. That's the listers.
Isn't that Sally's computer now?
Sally's not there anymore. It's
Well,
me.
for her delinquent.
She does that out of her house. Or even if she did it here, they'd have to work around, because Lori was here when I was here and she worked there. We kind of worked
to work around.
Worked around attorneys and
Searcher came in and
booze. Okay, old business.
I don't think, you had a motion and a second,
Did you do it? To sign?
I,
John did a
Alright.
motion to
No, I
sign,
didn't.
Kurt seconded, and then
All in favor?
Aye.
Old business? New business. Okay, new business, the select board received a letter from, someone saying that the open meeting law was violated, and I'd like to discuss this in executive session. See what the board wants to do about this, and, but first, we can do that after. So I'd like to do that in executive session.
Sure.
And anything else under new business? Okay. I'd like to make a motion to go into executive session with personnel, legal matters, and with Deb to discuss Lister's salary. Oh, and I also with the AO stuff, because I had questions about that.
Second.
I.
Oh,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, yes.
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.